My intention with these sessions every single week is to be an anchor, is to be a touch point, is to be a portal through which you can walk at the start of the week and really like come fully together. And what I mean by that is like allow yourself, mind, body, and soul to be fully present on Monday so that as you move through the week, as you navigate your life, as you take on challenges, as you look for opportunities and you create this beautiful life, this beautiful business, this beautiful reality that you desire, that you are fully conscious, fully present, and fully in the driver's seat. So that is what we're doing here today. Now, your intentions and your goals, I'll just seed this here now before we get started, can be based on what I talk about today, of course. But also know and trust that if your intuition, if your soul, if your self on some level is saying, we need to focus on this, we need to focus on this, we need to focus on this, and it's separate, hear that, accept that, acknowledge that, and then share that here with us. I find the sharing part is the most important part. And the reason for that is we're all very good. And I'll speak on the behalf of everyone in the world. We're all very good at saying things in our head. This week, I'm going to stick to my diet. This week, I'm going to be more focused. This week, I'm going to really lead with my heart or nurture my relationships or get serious about my business or whatever it is. But sometimes when we just keep it within the container of our self and our mind and our vessel and we don't share it outwardly, it can just subconsciously be very easy to turn it down, tamp it down, and put it to the back of the list. So by sharing and declaring, you get to say, I'm taking this a little bit more seriously than I did last time. I'm owning it, I'm honoring it, and I'm going for it. And that doesn't mean you need to, nail it and get it done. And it's not about hustle and grind, but it is about commitment, dedication, and a bit of sacred discipline as well. So if there's a part of you that you're just realizing has been sneakily sabotaging and going, oh yeah, I never tell anyone about what I'm going to do. I never really declare it. I don't even write it down, or I forget about it by the end of Monday. Then use this space as your space to share, declare, and show up for yourself and for the beautiful life that you are here to create, which is available to you. And of course, with that last bit of when you share what you're doing this week, ask or put out there into the group, into the world, to me, what support you would need as well. So keep that in your mind as we go through today's Monday Magic lesson. The thing that's really resonating for me in this moment to share with everyone is we get to be highly skilled and conscious and have this deep sacred mastery of ourself and our situation and our lives, like have our, fingers in all the pies, like we totally got it. And then also be divinely, peacefully, childlike, naive in the best of ways, and completely playful in this process. If you're finding that life it feels like there's no responsibility or there's all responsibility. It's, all technical or it's all vague. If it's all one thing or it's all the other, if there's this black and white kind of energy, if it's just too much or too little, really start to claim, I get to have it all, but I don't need to control it all. I get to be my most powerful and epic and amazing and graceful and divine. And at the same time, that actually takes less effort than what I've been doing. Now, what I actually did this week, which is a little bit different, is I pulled a card for each day, but they really told me the story across the week. So don't get too attached to, oh, that's the Monday card and that's the Tuesday card, unless it does really resonate with you. Know and trust that these energies carry through the whole week, and the momentum might start really quickly for you, or it might take to the end of the week for all of this to sort of kick off and come through. So on Monday, we have the Star card. Let me just see where my camera is. The Star card. Now, this is a beautiful card. I really see the start of the week and this entire week, actually, as you learning to re-navigate the path to your future. Now, you might have been looking at the stars, looking up at your North Star, And you realize this week, oh, I've been kind of looking at the wrong star, or I've been looking at the star so closely, I've completely lost my way in the forest. Like I've left my path. I'm beating through the bush. I'm really taking the hard road to where I want to go. So this week, it's especially today, Monday, and maybe this lesson is what kicks it off, or maybe you go and watch the Magician Masterclass, and that really helps ground you down, is going, okay, I'm following my North Star. I want to be heading in that direction. And I acknowledge maybe I've been a little bit off path, off track, or you're learning how to navigate a little bit more consistently or effectively. Sometimes we get glimpses of our North Star and it's very like far off into the future. I know I want to help people. And like, that's so true. That's 100% true. But how does that help you make a step today? So this week you get to learn how to navigate that. Like you look at the stars and you're like, well, actually, I'm reading the stars. Like, of course I want to help people. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But what it's actually landing with me is like, I want to help people rediscover their interest in, like, I'm obviously making this up on the spot, their interest in physical wellness. And it's like, oh, well, that actually does help me a lot more. And then you get to see, where you want to go and how you want to move and how you want to act this week. So be open to learning to navigate your North Star a little bit more competently, consistently. And the path you're on might not be where you need to be. And, slight shifts, slight change. So you're learning this week how to really navigate that a lot more competently. Now, for the rest of the week, it's really putting that into action. So on Tuesday, we've got the Page of Vessels, the otter, how cute. So this is about, taking some time for play as well. Sometimes to go back to that sort of North Star analogy of like walking down a path, is we're like, this road's straight. And so you're just going straight, 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 straight. And you're not taking the time to actually, explore and go over here and be like, oh, that's really fun, or I'm going to play over here, or oh, actually the path so goes through this grove, but I'm just, was so intent on going straight, going straight, going straight, straight line to the finish, straight line to the finish, that we're ignoring that life has all these beautiful twists and turns, and we get to play in that space. So take time for play this week. The Tower card, the Blasted Oak, also comes out on Wednesday and says, it's time to not take yourself so seriously. So this is, again, reinforcing that when we're being too straight, when we're being too rigid, when we're being too fixed, when we're going, I need to get there as quickly as possible and as straight as line as possible, we can actually set ourselves up for a fall because we're being too rigid. Like I see this oak, it was, too dry, too firm, and in the storm, it couldn't move with the wind. It couldn't go with the flow and it cracked. And this person has fallen. So, don't take yourself or your situation too seriously this week. That might be a reminder you need to hear on Wednesday, or it might just be a reminder for life. On Thursday, we have the Nine of Stones tradition. What I really see in this card for everyone is learn from the past. Learn from your past, learn from the past of others, learn from tradition. This might mean, learning from a mentor, but I think what I really get the sense of with this energy on Thursday is open up to the lessons all around you. Sometimes we can really walk through life and feel like we're discovering everything for the first time, discovering how sad we become when something doesn't work out, discovering how to, post effectively, discovering how to start or grow or maintain a relationship. But really, all of these things have history, have some kind of tradition behind it, has other people having already done them. So like opening up to the lessons already around you and just taking the lesson. You don't have to take the course. You just need to learn the lesson or see the lesson and accept it in. So that's really interesting energy for Thursday. And on Friday, we have the Knight of Vessels. So this is the Knight of Cups. I see this as emotional flexibility. Emotional flexibility will get you further than intellectual certainty. While that is on Friday, I really feel Friday is like the crux of the week. Like it is the high point. It's what everything's been leading to. So take that through the whole week with you. So I'm glad I can tell it to you on Monday. Emotional flexibility will get you further than intellectual certainty. Again, reinforcing that don't be too rigid, don't be too narrow, don't be too straight. That is that intellectual certainty coming out. But the playfulness and learning from the past and learning how to navigate your North Star with more flow, with more ease, with more grace, with more trust, and with more curiosity. That is the emotional flexibility, being willing to change, being willing to be wrong, sure, but also being willing to find a new way to be right. It's a very interesting energy this week. If any or all of this has already resonated, make sure to let me know in the comments below. That is your energy forecast for the week. Very, very interesting. Let me know also if you liked the card for each day and then the overall sort of message. Next, we're going to look at the area of career, finance, and business. Now, the reason we look at career, finance, and business is everyone's life is made easier if we're making more money in a more healthy and a more holistic way. So that is why I want to focus on this for you, because I want everyone to feel and to be abundant, prosperous, and totally taken care of. All right, so we had 3 cards for this one. We had the Lovers in reverse. We had the 5 of Swords. And we had the 9 of Pentacles. So with the Lovers and remember, we're applying this to career, finance, and business. So really take what resonates. Maybe it's like, yep, they're talking about my bank account. Or maybe it's, oh, yep, that project at work. Or perhaps it's just holistically your relationship with wealth, abundance, money, etc. So really be open, curious, and willing to see where this lands and resonates. We don't have to force it into anything. So with the first one, the Lovers being upside down, there's an imbalance. There is an imbalance and it needs to be addressed this week. Like, of course, you don't have to, but why wouldn't you now that you know? And you might have been feeling this imbalance for quite a while. This imbalance might have been making you feel, like scared, fearful, doubtful. Maybe you've been making decisions that haven't been in alignment with you. Maybe you just tell like you're not operating as your full self, or you're not taking all of the things into consideration. So addressing the balance when it comes to your career, finances, business, etc. this week. So this might be the balance between spending and saving, fearing money or having fun with your money, or fearing your work and having fun with your work, control versus trust, masculine versus feminine, planning versus pantsing, as they call it in writing. So planning versus just like going for it and, intuitively following it. So something to look into. Where is the imbalance that needs to be addressed? And just bring some consciousness to it. Just bring some awareness to it. You might be called to change something, to do something, to react. But step 1 is just having consciousness around it. Next, with the 5 of Swords, is having a closer look at your past. So this is also coming through, in the overall energy for the week. So I love that. This is complementary. Is have a closer look at your past, spending and money-making habits. Get clear on what works and what doesn't. Allow yourself to move on and not carry the battles from the past with you. So this card is very much around, okay, I'm not, I'm in the eye of the storm at the moment. Let's think about it like that. Nothing's attacking me. I don't have to defend myself. I'm in this quiet moment. So finding a quiet moment for yourself this week to have a look at your finance, to have a look at your business, to have a look at your career, have a look at your situation and go, all right, might have been a shit show in the past, but what of that can I just not continue to take with me? So that could be beliefs, it could be actions, it could be programs, it could be people. It might just be assumptions. Sometimes we just carry the energy with us from the past and it's impacting us. And then we're like, none of the circumstances that match that energy are here. So I'm just reinforcing this and vitalizing it for no reason. So get clear on the past and also get clear on what you want to take with you moving forward. It doesn't have to continue to be a battle. And sometimes it's just our belief that it has to be a battle is what needs to be left behind. Finally, with the 9 of Pentacles. Abundance comes from nurturing all seeds you wish to see grow. Don't be stingy with your energy. When I see this card, it's the most abundant card. So I love that we have this abundance card basically coming out in this area, is looking at it and going, you know, sometimes we just pull all of our eggs in one basket. Like if you're into investing, maybe like, I'm just going to focus on investing and I hope that the investments work out before the rest of stuff goes to shit. Or I'm just going to buy lottery tickets and all my eggs are in that basket when it comes to my finances, and I'm not looking at the other stuff. Or I'm just going to like not nose to the grindstone and like work hard, work hard, work hard, work hard, work hard, you know, do all the extra hours, do overtime, work, 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 because I know that's how I can control money. And so all the eggs are in that basket. This card this week is really saying, what are the multiple areas, the different areas? And it doesn't have to be 9. It might be 3, might be 6, might be 9. And how can you nurture all of these areas? How can you nurture each of these seeds that can in the future, and they won't all come at once, but grow and bear fruit for you? And just apply that where it resonates. If it does resonate, let me know. Which brings us to your focus and intentions for the week. Remember, this can be based on anything I've spoken about. I find that might be most helpful, especially if you don't have a really clear direction, is thinking about, well, what messages came through? There's really a lot of messages about your North Star and being more flexible. There was messages about balancing and coming into harmony with your business, career, finance. And then there was also this, well, you're going to have more of this energy, making sure we're not taking on burdens. You can use one of those to help set your intention for the week. I'm going to consciously choose to work on this area. This is how I'm going to go about it. This is the type of support I need. Or maybe you just have questions, or maybe you just have shares, or maybe you just have ahas and you want to put it out there. Do that. Perhaps there's something else you're already focusing on. I'd love for you to share it. Then I can support you. I can champion you. It doesn't have to be related to what we talk about here. This is about you being seen, heard, and supported where it's needed. I hope you have a magical week. I hope you have a magical day. I hope you have a lot of fun playing in this energy. And I will see you on Wednesday for the midweek mindfulness session.